From Theo Von calling out his copycat.
He's stealing your jokes.
I don't know I don't know what's going on, but they got a lot of barred content up in that bitch, I'll say that.
To Dave Chappelle taking shots at the greatest comedy duo.
I had to watch Key and Peele do my show every night.
Here are 8 times comedians confronted joke thieves, starting with Amy Schumer, who shamelessly copied this bit from Kathleen Madigan.
Okay, so I get why poor people are fat, but Oprah, you're a billionaire. You have enough money to pay a man to stand there and literally slap shit out of your hand before you put it in your mouth. You could hire a full-time food slapper.
With Slap Chef.
With Slap Chef.
With Slap Chef.
Slap Chef? What's that?
It's a new weight loss program that takes decision-making out of the equation.
How does it work?
First, one of Slap Chef's world-class chefs makes you one of their signature dishes. Then, before you can say Slap Chef, they knock it out of your stupid mouth. Slap Chef.
And it wasn't long before even news channels started calling her out.
Take this bit from her HBO special Live at the Apollo Theater.
I'm very old school. I think the guy should always pay on the first date for sex.
Not unlike this gag from Wendy Liebman's stand-up routine 20 years ago.
Maybe I'm old-fashioned, but I like it when the guy pays for I mean that.
The heist that actually put Amy in jail, though, was when she stole from an OG comedy veteran.
You have a gorilla masker? Gorilla mask? That's you come in the face, right? And then take some pubic hair and throw it at her.
There's the Abraham Lincoln. That's where the guy trims his pubes, comes on the girl's face, and then throws the pubes so she has that facial hair.
And the media confronted her on the spot.
Do you think that all jokes in some way are a copy of something that someone said before?
No.
You don't?
I don't. No, I don't.
What do you think about this current thing that they said that you've taken from other people's jokes?
I would never take anyone's joke.
So
I would never do that.
It was just some sort of coincidence that similar things had been said.
Yeah.
And just like Amy refuses to admit her thieving reputation, Carlos Mencia adopted the same strategy for his accusations despite getting confronted about it multiple times.
If someone steals a riff from a song, that shit's in the news constantly. Yeah. Motherfuckers steal shit and make it on HBO. Steal shit and put it on television. They don't do shit. It's easy to say you steal shit.
Carlos's burgling career popped off when he thought no one would notice him yoinking Bill Cosby's ancient joke.
You grab the boy when he's like this, see? You say, come here, boy. 2 years old, you say, get down. Dad, show you how to do it. And now you come at me, run through me. There, see? National TV, and he catches the ball, and he doesn't even bother to get out of the way. He just runs over everybody. For a TD and turn around, and the camera's on him, and you're looking, and he says, hi, Mom.
He gives him a football and he shows him how to pass it. He shows him every day how to pass that football, how to 3-step, 5-step, 7-step drop. He shows him how to throw the bomb, how to throw the out, how to throw the hook, how to throw the corner. He shows this little kid everything that he needs to know about how to be a great quarterback. He gets the MVP of the Super Bowl. And when the cameras come up to him and say, you got anything to say to the camera? I love you, Mom.
And even his own fans got secondhand embarrassment for him. He had 30 years to work on that punchline, still can't deliver it in a funny way. Unsurprisingly, Carlos tried pulling the same move with Ari Shaffir when Ari opened for him.
He wants to build a new wall all down the California-Mexico border, like a 12-foot-high brick wall. It's like 3 feet deep, so no Mexicans get in. But I'm like, dude, Arnold, who do you think is going to build that wall?
I propose that we kick all the illegal aliens out of this country. Then we build a super fence so they can't get back in. And I went, who's gonna build it?
This time, however, Ari's comedian friend wasn't going to let the stealing go unchecked.
If someone steals a riff from a song, that shit's in the news constantly. Yeah. Motherfuckers steal shit and make it on HBO. Steal shit and put it on television. What are you saying? You saying that you're acting like a little No, you're not saying that. Yes. Agree with me, motherfucker. I'm agreeing with you. They don't even know what the I do. Yo, they don't even know what the
With Ari himself piling on in the attack, Carlos quickly defaulted into his denial zone.
He did it a long time ago when he was opening for you. You saw him do it. He would exactly. Did he open for you? He never opened for me.
I opened for you and did that joke. I was doing that joke before. Yes, bro. Do you really think that a Jewish guy came up with that joke before a fucking dinner day?
Before moving on, Bobby tried dropping one last truth bomb, only for it to get deflected again.
It's so similar, right? Yeah, that
Why not just outwardly say, I apologize, and then we could just move on from it rather than you constantly defending.
But it's not that I'm defending. See, again, it's not that I'm defending. who do I apologize to?
While Carlos at least had the criminal sense to steal from old or unknown comedians, the same can't be said for Brendan Schaub, who literally copied a TikTok skit.
Been drinking Bud Light for years, man. And I don't see how it makes you gay.
How about Bud Light? God, they messed up, huh? Boy, they just didn't read the room, did they? I don't see the problem with Bud Light, dude. I love Bud Light. Like, dude, people are so homophobic. Like, oh, you're gonna drink Bud Light, turn gay? Get it out of here.
But wait, it gets even worse, because Brendan also blatantly copied a joke from Bill Burr's legendary Philly rant.
Rocky is your hero. The whole pride of your city is built around a guy who doesn't even exist. You got Joe Frazier is from there, but he's black, so you can't deal with them. So you make a statue.
Philadelphia has a statue of Rocky Balboa. It's not even real.
While he still somehow managed to fly under both radars, stealing from Nick Swardson finally put the prison spotlight on him.
You know what my favorite food is? Fajitas. I love fajitas. They bring them out, and it is loud. Smoke. It's like 4th of July. Everyone's like, oh my God.
I go to Chili's and order fajitas. You know what I'm talking about? You order those fajitas, it's like popping. Those fajitas hit the floors all.
Schaub, Thief or Sutherland.
Yeah, dude.
God, that's what I call him.
Dang,
No,
bro.
I'm kidding. There's a bit about Schaub, like, I guess he said, people say he stole some fajita joke from me.
Did he?
I don't care.
Brendan got singed for robbing from obvious places, which Little Dicky would learn from and go low-key by plagiarizing an ultra-specific Theo Von story.
They had a kid in our town, one time, this guy made his son a wooden shirt. Did I tell you that?
A wooden shirt?
Yeah, he made his son a shirt out of plywood for Christmas.
What?
Yeah.
Are these wooden shirts?
Yep. All these shirts are 100% wood.
What a concept. I have never heard of this. This is very innovative.
Little did Dicky know, however, that Theo knows his stuff.
People steal all my Little Dicky.
Yeah, maybe shameless. Have you
Little
told
Dicky
that story?
steals
That show steals so many of my jokes, man. It's crazy.
Like the show, Dave?
Actually?
Yeah. Damn.
That's
what's one joke that you've seen that you're like, that's mine?
Too many. I don't know I don't know what's going on, but they got a lot of barred content up in that bitch. I'll say that.
Huh.
But that's all right.
Before switching gears, Theo took Little Dicky to the cleaners a final time.
So you hate him?
I don't know him. But I know I don't borrow his shit.
Fair enough.
Damn, this is the first time I'm seeing Theo legit pissed. It was obvious that Theo genuinely hated the guy, unlike Dave Chappelle, who was a fan of the same duo that took his routine.
I think there's a speculation that Dave doesn't like Key and Peele, or Dave thinks, okay.
No, I'm a fan of this show.
The speculations started with Dave's Oscar night encounter with a woke reporter.
Because when I was walking in the red carpet, the black press came after me. Excuse me, brother. When you hear somebody call you brother too much, something terrible's about to happen. Excuse me, brother. And then I look back, and the motherfucker in a tuxedo with the kente cloth tie. I said, uh-oh.
And even Dave's dunking didn't stop the cancel cult's inquiries.
I said, what publication are you with? He said, me, I'm with the Daily Bongo. I said, Daily Bongo? What the f***? Who the f*** reads this? You understand that this year, this is a boycott for the Oscars. So I'm just wondering what made you, of all people, cross the motherfucking picket line and be here tonight.
When Dave fired back, however, he managed to torch both the industry and Key and Peele in one shot.
I said, boycott? I haven't been working in 10 years. You mean boycott? I've been on strike, y'all didn't stop working. I had to watch Key and Peele do my show every night.
But in a later interview, Dave explained what he really meant.
I think there's a speculation that Dave doesn't like Key and Peele, or Dave thinks, okay.
No, I'm a fan of this show. You know, when I did Chappelle's show, there were certain conventions of the show that the network resisted. And I fought the network very hard so that those conventions could come to fruition.
And before wrapping up, Dave shared that he doesn't hate the player, he only hates the game.
The first episode, I do that black white supremacist sketch, and it's like, well, that's 10 minutes long, it should be 5 minutes long. Why should it be 5 minutes long? Like these types of conventions. I fought very hard. So when I watch Key and Peele and I see they're doing the format that I created, and at the end of the show it says created by Key and Peele, that hurts my feelings.
Just like Dave is essentially okay with Key and Peele doing his routine, a lot of comedians were fine when Robin Williams accidentally stole their bits.
So there were rumors that Robin Williams was known to steal jokes.
It wasn't rumors. It was true. Robin definitely did it. He used to riff. His style of stand-up comedy was this sort of riffing, thinking like he was coming off the top of his head, like this ad-libbing style. You run into these spots where like, you don't have anything to say. And what Robin used to do, apparently, was do other people's stuff.
But one comedian that couldn't handle Robin's unaware robbery was David Brenner, who publicly threatened him that if he ever takes one more line from me, I'll rip his leg off and shove it up his ass. And while David was just warning Robin here, Tim Thomerson didn't stop at mere threats.
He might have had a tendency once in a while, because he was on Mork and Mindy, to hear something at the Comedy Store, and perhaps it involuntarily got into the back of his head, and then it would appear on Mork and Mindy. And the story was that Tim Thomerson just walked into the Comedy Store one night and punched him in the face.
I mean, and who said he was wrong?
And to clear his accusations once and for all, Robin shared everything on a podcast with Mark Maron.
It's something that I want to talk to you about, and it's something I hear all the time, and I think it's demeaning, this whole stealing issue.
I think in the old days, it was, if you hang out in comedy clubs, when I was doing almost 24/7, you hear things, and then if you're improvising, you all of a sudden you're repeating, going, oh,
Right, that's the way your brain works.
Next, Robin finally shared why people he stole from didn't even get the chance to get mad at him.
I literally had to go through a period where I'm not going to hang out anymore. I can't, because I don't want to get into that thing. And I was also like the bank of comedy, went, oh, here you go, here's money. I'm sorry, I didn't know that.
Is that how you dealt with it?
I just paid shitloads of cash. I was just like, here you go, I'm sorry. And then after a while, when I bought that line already, I'm sorry. And then they have to pay again. I went, oh, I'm sorry.
I, for one, am glad Robin is still the angel I remember him as. And just like him, another comedian that almost had his good guy reputation ruined is Conan, who got sued for copying Robert Kasselberg's joke that went, a Delta flight this week took off from Cleveland to New York with just 2 passengers, and they fought over the control of the armrest the entire flight, which found its way on Conan's show the very day Robert uploaded the joke on his blog.
Monday, a Delta flight from Cleveland to New York took off with just 2 passengers. 2 passengers on the whole plane. Yet somehow they spent the whole flight fighting over the armrest.
However, fans quickly figured out that Conan wasn't a thief at all. At worst, a lazy writer on Conan's staff slipped those into the show, pretending they were original. More likely, the jokes are easy topical jokes that aren't that inventive in the first place. Parallel thinking. Conan's innocence was instantly proven, unlike Tony Hinchcliffe, who would have a hard time defending his robbery of this Norm Macdonald joke.
Like, these serial killers are supposed to be so shrewd and cunning and everything, you know? At least according to the TV movies I've seen. And, but then when it comes time for the grave, they get a little hasty, you know? There you go, 3 twigs and a leaf. That ought to do it.
I've watched enough of them to where I know how to get away with murder now. Yeah, because I know where everybody that gets caught always f***s up. They always get a little lazy around burial time. They always leave a hand sticking out of the dirt or some lazy shit like that. You know what I never see on those crime shows? The body was discovered after being buried 75 feet deep in the ground.
And when Norm saw this stealing controversy stirring up Twitter, he went straight to Joe Rogan for answers. Joe, someone tells me a man stole a joke from me and put it on a Netflix special. Says he's a friend of yours. Can you vouch for him? To which Joe replies, Norm, Tony Hinchcliffe's joke is completely different. They're just about the same subject. He's not a thief. Even with Joe defending Tony, however, Norm was having none of it, and said the same in a now deleted tweet. Just was sent the bit. Definitely stolen. Parallel thinking? No. Stolen. As if that wasn't enough, Norm dropped another warning for Tony specifically. You steal jokes, you pay the consequences. I have friends in low places. Proving that comedians always call out joke thieves, no matter how popular they are.